Hey everyone! Today I'm kicking off a how-to holiday mini-series that will feature projects perfect for the holidays. Today I'm sharing this petal envelope that's super simple to make. Making these petal cards is super simple with the use of this tool, the EK Success Circle Cutter. I picked mine up from Ellen Hudson, and when you get yours, it'll look like this, and the cutter blade is attached to the side, so you can just kind of snap it off. On the cutter blade, there's an opening on the top, and that's where your extra blades are. That's helpful to know because when I got mine, I wasn't sure where to find them. The blade is here on the cutter device, and it kind of pushes down. When you push down, the blade comes out, so you don't have to worry about cutting yourself on it too easily. The circle cutting device, it moves around like this. And there are places on the plastic circle for placing the blades, so it makes it very easy. And there are numbers telling you corresponding to the diameter of the circle that you'd cut. For the petal cards, you can really use any diameter. I'm going to use 4 1/4 for mine. The nice thing about this tool is that you can cut circles larger than what you're able to cut with most dies. My nestability dies go up to, I believe, 3 inches, and this goes all the way up to 6. So I'm placing my blade down into the hole that corresponds to 4 1/4. I'm going to push down just slightly. You don't need to give it a lot of pressure, and I'm going to move around in a circle. Once my circle is complete, I have a perfect circle. And it's just that simple. I'm going to cut out 3 more circles because I'll need 4 to make the petal envelope, and when I come back I'll show you the next step. Alright, I'm back and I've cut my 4 circles. The next thing we're going to want to do is score them. And I'll show you the trick to scoring these so that they'll work for this card. I'm going to take my circle, which I know measures 4 1/4 in diameter, and I need to score right down the middle. So I'm going to take that circle and put it right up against the edges of the scoreboard. And since it's 4 1/4 across, I know that that's 2 1/8 in the center. So I'll find 2 1/8 and score right there. I want to also score another line that is 1/4 of an inch over from that initial line that I just made. So since this is at 2 1/8, my next score line should be at 2 3/8. Just like that. So no matter what size you're using, you can use that as a kind of rule for how to make these work. You'll want to score down the middle of the diameter of the circle, and then again 1/4 of an inch over from that line that you scored. I'm going to keep going, and then I'll be back when I've scored all 4 circles. Okay, I have all 4 circles scored, and now what we need to do is the second line that we scored is where we're going to cut the circle. We don't need the extra. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, and on the line that is 1/4 of an inch over from the first score line, I'm going to cut on that score line. Just that simple. I'm going to do it with the other 3, and we'll keep going. Just finished cutting those, and that was very easy. The reason we needed to do that is because these score lines are actually going to help us form the petal flaps on the envelope. So you'll just fold along those score lines that you made, and just that easy. The next step is you'll need to bring in a square cut from the same color cardstock, or a different color if you'd like. I'm using the same color, that measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So your square, no matter what size petal card you're making, your square should be the same measurement as the diameter of your circles. So for me, I'm making 4 1/4 inch card. If you were making a 5-inch card, you would use 5-inch diameter circles and a 5-inch square. To start assembling this card, I'm going to take each one of these half circles, and I'm going to adhere them to the square. I'm using my ATG adhesive gun for this because the adhesive is very good on this one. So all you need to do is just take that petal, I'm calling this a petal, and adhere it to the side of that square, just like this. Align it nicely so that it's even. It's a little uneven. Align it so that it's even. And then you're going to work your way around the square doing the same thing. Alright, so I've adhered all of those half circles to the four sides of my square. I'm going to use a bone folder to just make sure they're well adhered. It's a good way to make sure that everything's sticking in place the way it should be. And really from here, your petal envelope or your petal card is complete. You could finish it just like this. And what you would do, you just need to close it, which you do by just going kind of over, under, over, under. There we go. And this is ready to give. You can of course decorate it, which is what I'm going to do. So once I open it again, this is a great excuse to use some of that pattern paper you have. And I have a piece of really pretty damask patterned. It has like a velvet kind of finish to it. And I'm going to put that in the center of this card to kind of also cover up some of those raw edges that you can see from where the flaps of the petals were. Alright, the inside of it is all done. Once I close it though, of course I want to give it a little bit of something on the outside, so I'm going to close it up. And for me, I think I'm going to use a little bit of baker's twine and a die cut sprig of holly, and I think a tag right there is going to make it look great. So when I'm done, I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and also on the blog I'll have some more examples of other ways that you can decorate these beautiful petal cards.